Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing some more Golgari Food Pestilence, and specifically I'm trying out Bonder's Ornament. This is a new card that just got unbanned into Pauper. Traditionally, it was used when it was legal in a lot of Tron decks, but specifically any deck that makes a lot of mana and is a little bit slower on the uptake can take advantage of this. It's just a repeatable card draw engine for 4 mana plus tapping it, seeing as it could be a mana that's kind of 5 total. But in the right deck, Pauper can get to a real grind, and just having a way to repeatedly draw a card in the late game can be really strong. And I figured that this would be a deck worth trying it out in. It's also just nice because you can kind of counter your opponent's Bonder's Ornament if you just have one out, because suddenly if they're paying 4 mana, you are drawing a card as well. Other than that, we're playing pretty much standard Food Pestilence stuff. I cut a Heaped Harvest, and this might be wrong, but a Fanatical Offering for the Ornament. I figured it is going to be card draw, so cutting some card draw makes some sense. But Fanatical Offering is so good, maybe I should actually take out a Wellspring or an Eviscerator's Insight, but I like the flashback. There's a number of things I could take out, but that's what I stuck with. For removal, we are still playing 1 Go for the Throat, 2 Tithing Blade, a Snuff Out, 4 Cast Down, as well as, of course, 3 Pestilence. We have 3 Cauldron Familiars and 3 Trolls of Khazad-dûm as our only creatures. Some Campfires for life gain, Nile's Spellbomb, and Bajuka Bogs for Graveyard Hate. Nutrient Block, Lembas, and Heaped Harvest as food to bring back the cat. 1 of Heritage Reclamation for a little bit of utility. A bunch of Swamps, Colony Garden, Haunted Mire, Golgari Route Farm. And our sideboard, I haven't changed much either. 2 Tragic Slips, Drowned in Sorrow, Fairy Macabre, another Snuff Out, Weather the Storm, Troublemaker Roof, and Moment's Peace. So, let's take this for a league and see how Bonder's Ornament does in this deck. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flickertron. Alright, we only got 1 land here, so we got a mulligan. We got 2 trolls, but no land at all, so down to 5. This one's okay. We'll keep. Probably get rid of a land and something else. I kind of want to keep the Ornament, not just because it's mana, but also it could do something for us if we just start drawing with it. So it might be the Campfire. Limbus's card draw. Campfire could be so good if we're in the right matchup. I think Swamp and Campfire. Hopefully that'll pan out well. But we're against a burn deck, so looks like we might have wanted to keep the Campfire. Lava Dart the plant. Swing for 1. The chances I get more value than just like a Lava Dart with this Bajuka Bog are low. If I play that, I can cycle the Troll. Next turn play Bonder's Ornament. Or I could just play Lembas here. I think we'll just do the Bog. They'll swing for 1. Just pass the turn. I'll cycle Troll. Haunted Mire. Yeah, I think we just play the Bonder's Ornament. Pass the turn. And then we have good amount of mana, or maybe we just start drawing cards off of this. They haven't done anything yet, which is nice, but also a little concerning. We could certainly be in some trouble if they just like Fiery Temper us with the Blood Token on the end step, play a Gutter Snipe, and have some more spells to cast. Nothing on the end step though. Blood Token discarding a Mountain is nice to see. So they're just flooded a bit. Grab the Prize, discarding a Grab the Prize. Pass the turn, we get another Lembas. So I'd probably just Lembas and crack it. Could crack in response, but I could draw a lot of like relevant cards here. Cast down or whatever, and Eviscerator's Insight. Let's play a Garden and pass then. They haven't thus far found a pinger or anything. If they do, we could be in some serious trouble, but if not, it's going to be hard for them to deal 14. Swing. I feel like I block and I sack. Maybe tapping onto the Lembas could kill us here, but I think we're going to take that chance. I don't want to take a damage for free, and I don't want to chump and then have to sack something else. There's the Gutter Snipe, though, but we're not dead immediately. Let's play another Lembas. Try to find a kill spell. Pestilence is a pretty slow and damaging to us kill spell. Could keep it. Crack a Lembas, I'm at 17. Play a Cauldron Familiar, I'm at 18. The next turn it wipes these away. I think it's good enough, but things are a little scary. Play Familiar, play Spellbomb. We'll just crack the Lembas now. We were already tapped out before, so there's no way they should be able to kill us here. And if I pass and then they don't do anything, I'm going to want to use the Lembas on the end step, and then they could kill me in response. So I'll just play it somewhat safe. Going to swing with the team, so I could trade with the Epic here, but then I take 2. Seeing as I'm going to kill the team or the board anyway, I might as well chump the Gutter Snipe, so I take 1 less damage. They have another Gutter Snipe. Well, if I'm not dead here, I get to wipe the board. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't take a lot to kill me. Like 1 Lava Dart's 10 damage, and then a Lightning Bolt is 7. There's the Lava Dart. Flash it back. Can't do anything about a Fire Blast. I can bring back Cauldron Familiar, but it only gains me 1. Still dead. Okay. We get Weathers, Fairy Macabres. Not sure. Bonder's Ornament, a slow and grindy card, is really what we need. Here, I think we just want removal and life gain. And Graveyard Hate. I'm going to keep this one. We have the Weather, no green mana, but we have 1 drop, 2 drop with some life gain. So I think it's okay. Another Nutrient block. Play a Lembas. Fairy Macabre is pretty good if they go for the Snacker here. But I really need to find lands, specifically green lands. I think we get rid of that. Maybe since I'm going to start playing and cracking Nutrient blocks, the Fairy Macabre would have been fine, but I don't know. They just plot a Highway Robbery, so that doesn't feel too bad. I don't think I want to Eviscerator's Insight because I want to gain life off of these. I think I just crack a Nutrient block here. I'm doing it right now because I could get a tap land. And if I did, I'd like to play that. And if not, I'll just play the Nutrient block from hand anyway, so it's not a big deal. Finding a green source would be nice, though. Plot another Robbery. They're going on a spree. Okay, we'll crack another Nutrient block. See about that green tap land, and if not, we'll just pass with Insight, Lembas, and Cast Down Up. I think I got to sack the Lembas to an Insight, which means I lose some life out of it, but need to hit land drops and find that green source. Of course, if they play a creature here, I'm going to cast it down. They've got 2 robberies, but can only get 1 off before I kill the creature. There's the Flame Breather. And another one. Well, we're going to kill 1 before they cast anything, so we don't take 2 per. They pass. So we get a Tragic Slip, but I can't kill anything here. I guess I just Eviscerator's Insight this Lembas. Alright, we find green. Play the block. If they attack in, I can chump and then kill that, which is something, although losing fodder when we have so many ways to sacrifice might not be the best, so I could just take it, but I would get rid of it before they can deal me any damage. Use this mana up. Not sure this is the right call, but we're going to go for it. Tragic Slip in combat still, so they can't cast either Robbery. And now if they just land a Gutter Snipe, not great, although if I get a Swamp, I can Pestilence it away. There's the Gutter Snipe. They were a little frivolous with the Flame Breathers, just like playing 2 at once, not using the robberies there. That made it feel like there was probably a Gutter Snipe coming, so maybe I should have expected that. I mean, I did expect it a little bit, but maybe I should have not used my last removal spell, seeing as I could be in trouble if I don't find another or a land here. They cast their second robbery, and they go for a Faithless Looting. Wish I had a Weather the Storm up right now. Discard Snacker and another Flame Breather. We get a Cast Down. Well, that's nice. In that case, I think we just cast this down now. I don't want to wait until they're untapped as much as I'd like to build up Storm count. I think we then pass. I could go for an Insight on the Nutrient block. If I get a land drop, that's good for me, but I really want to have the Weather the Storm up in case they go kind of crazy here, and if they just like flashback a Faithless Looting, then I can Heritage Reclamation the Snacker, which is also not bad. So I got some options. They plot a Highway Robbery and just pass the turn. So I could Insight, I could Reclamation, probably just go for the Insight, or I could just crack this. It's a little risky because I might not hit anything to use an Insight on, but the life gain is pretty good, isn't it? I think we'll just crack the block here. Fairy Macabre's really nice, actually. Well, it's not bad. Part of me wants to just cast it so I have something to Insight. I could also just use it on Faithless Looting and Snacker, which might be better. I'm just not holding anything up then. I think I just cast it. I can insight it if I want. They're not going to care to kill it, probably. I still have up Reclamation for the Snacker. If I don't use that, I'll probably just sack the Macabre. They have a Gutter Snipe. And now Highway Robbery. It's going to make things a little awkward because I can't hold up Weather and Reclamation this Snacker away. So I probably just need to decide now. Well, they could discard a Fiery Temper here. I don't know. They discard Cast into the Fire. So Snacker's coming back. I could always kill it later with like a Pestilence or something. I mean, I might be doing that this turn if I want to kill the Gutter Snipe too. I feel like just tapping onto the Weather this Storm is a mistake though. I'm hoping they cast like one more spell here. Lightning Bolt at us. So I should either respond here, because they could have double Fire Blast and they could just try to kill us. But if I let this go and then I try to do this after the fact, then I'll die if they have double Fire Blast. And but if they go for it proactively, that seems unlikely. Yeah, I think I just Weather here. And if they have double Fire Blast, that's only 12, so it's not quite lethal. So I think Weather here is the play. So we'll go to 28 and then down to 23. Bad news here is because they did this. If I go for a Pestilence to wipe the board, I'm not going to have anything to sacrifice. Oh, actually, Colony Garden means not only will I have something, but also I'll keep the Pestilence around. I got to get rid of that Gutter Snipe, so don't have much choice. Attack for 2. Pestilence. You're generally supposed to Pestilence in your end step so that it's already tried to trigger and not sacrifice, but I'd like to play the Colony Garden. Actually, maybe I don't want to play it, because then they could kill it. They could kill it on their turn, which means I can't sacrifice it to Insight. Plus, it would kill the Pestilence. This prevents them from playing anything. Pestilence still dies, but the next turn I play this, and I can draw 2. I think that actually might be better. So let's go to our end step and then do it. And then Pestilence goes away unless they bring back Snacker or play Gutter Snipe or anything. So maybe they can't do that, or maybe they have to do it anyway, in which case the Pestilence sticks around. So either one's decent for us. They flashback Faithless Looting, discarding another Snacker and another Looting. Would just love a Bajuka Bog or something here. Limbus. Let's start with that. I think Cast Down is worth keeping in case they get another Gutter Snipe. I guess I don't really have to care about the Snackers because of Pestilence. So I'm just going to play this. They're going to Lava Dart the plant token. Okay, I was going to have to sacrifice it anyway. Do I want to keep up Heritage Reclamation or double Pestilence? Probably the Reclamation to get rid of the Snacker, and then I just take a hit from this Snacker. Oh, they Lava Dart their own Snacker. Smart. I thought that was a possibility of something they would do to get rid of the Pestilence. Fair enough. So I could exile the Faithless Looting, which is currently their only way to get them back that we know of. But they could just have another way in hand, so it's probably better to just get rid of one of the Snackers. So they do get rid of the Pestilence, which is good, but if they have another Gutter Snipe, I have a Cast Down. If their goal is just to win through Snackers, I can exile one of them, so we're probably okay here. Flashback the Looting. Kind of wish we had the Fairy Macabre to get rid of both Snackers, but we made our choices with that. They discard a Mountain and a Fire Blast. Exile one of these guys and draw a card. We get a Troll. Campfire's pretty good. So I can play a Wellspring, Campfire, and I can Eviscerate his Insight, although I'm not activating Campfire. So actually, let's play Spell Bomb then, since we drew that. They have nothing in the graveyard that matters at the moment. We're at 23, so I don't feel the need to cast down the Snacker. I'd rather save it for a creature we actually care about, like Gutter Snipe. Highway Robbery. Then again, if they discard a Snacker here to the Robbery, I probably would cast this down and then get rid of both of them. But they just Fiery Temper. We'll offset that with a Limbus. They pass. Tragic Slip is nice. I can use that on the Snacker. I think we just Eviscerate his Insight here, though. Try to hit a land drop. If I don't, I'll cycle the Troll, but I wouldn't mind keeping it in hand. Weather the Storm's not bad. Alright, we didn't hit a land, so we will cycle this. But now we'll pass. We have up Weather and Campfire. Activate Campfire to offset the Snacker. Grab the prize with the Snacker. Maybe I should have left up double black then. Well, I was always going to leave up a Weather here, but I feel like Tragic Slip on the snacker. Crack the Spellbomb is probably the play. They have 5 cards. I'm at 19. I think the chances they can kill us from here are very low. They would need 4 cards that deal 4 damage and a card that deals 3. Blow up their graveyard. They pass. We get another Weather. Play a Wellspring, a Troll. I guess we'll just keep cycling these. We have insights and things to cast. We'll pass. Viscerator's Insight, the Wellspring, Campfire. Alright, they concede that one. They have been a little slow, so they have 7 minutes left. That should be plenty for them to win a game, unless if we get to another situation like this. But they just decide to call it there. And yeah, this one looks good. Well, looks good enough. You have Campfire early, mana, some removal. Lot of card draw that we have to sacrifice something for, and I don't really want to sack the Campfire, but they just have the Cast in the Fire for the Campfire. Would have loved to have a Fanatical Offering up. Of course, now we get the Swamp. Well, we're just going to Rot Farm back the Swamp then. Pass the turn. They pass. We got land drops, but that's about it for now. Removal if they play any creatures. Fairy Macabre. I think we just cast that. It's a little awkward because it could be good to hit their graveyard, and we don't currently have a Fanatical Offering up. But if we don't draw anything relevant next turn, like a land or anything, I might end up just sacking the Macabre to one of these. That's decent. They are getting flooded. We do get a Nutrient block, so maybe I just want to cycle those. I think we'll just start by sacking the Macabre. Hitting a garden, that's nice. I mean, we lost our clock, or, you know, we lost our clock, so to speak, but that's totally fine. We got some card draw here. We're hitting land drops now. Another offering. They are flooded, which is very good for us. Double, troll, cycle for a swamp. Play that. Play a Lembas. Sure, we'll keep some more card draw. Play a nutrient block and pass. I mean, I have plenty of card draw. Maybe I should have just gotten rid of it, but they're just not doing much, which could be problematic if they land like 2 Gutter Snipes and then do a bunch of things. But if they cast 1 and cast anything else, I'm going to kill the first. So maybe we'll be okay. I also think we'll probably just start sacrificing some food here. There is 1 Gutter Snipe. Well, if I sack a food, what are the chances they can deal me 20 damage? They have 4 cards. They would all need to be Lightning Bolts or Lightning Bolt equivalents or Lava Darts or Fire Blasts. I don't think it's worth taking the chance because we can just untap. I can cycle this troll, and then we can kill this. And if they try to kill us now, we have 6 more life to gain. There's a Fiery Temper. All right, that worked. I'll just crack a Nutrient block now. Draw a card, might as well. Pass the turn. 8th Mountain, that's what they want for sure. Here we'll sack a Lembas. Just make sure we don't die. And a nice Weather the Storm to cap things off. Let's play a Lembas here. We have 8 mana. I'll keep a Garden, sure. Play another Lembas. I'll keep a Spell Bomb. I'll just pass. Here I have a Weather, Kill Spell, Fanatical, Lembases. We'll go for an Offering on a map and crack a Lembas. Play a Garden, Spell Bomb, Wellspring, Nutrient block. I mean, I guess I draw 3 and then I just go for a big Weather myself. Gain 15. They gave me the GG. They got a little unlucky, but that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, round 2 here. This hand is pretty decent. Mostly because we got land drops and a couple artifacts and things to play. Start with a Haunted Mire. More red. I think we just cycle Troll, then play Cauldron Familiar, I guess. In case they are like Rally and they have a haste guy, this can block, and it can just start attacking. I think it's just about the same as the Nutrient block, but slightly better. Flame Breather, we get to Tithing Blade that away, which is nice. Looks like we're just against same opponent, or same deck we were before. Mono Red Madness. Plot a Robbery, and there's an Epicure. Swing for 1. Play a block and a Garden. Grab the prize, discarding a lava dart, and another flame breather. Swing for 1. Go for a block and insight. There's campfire and an ornament. Spellbomb could take away the lava dart. Cycle troll for swamp. Don't have a kill spell for this. Kind of think we just Bonder's Ornament and then play campfire. Start activating. Another flame breather. Could be trouble. There's the robbery. Take 2. Probably should have campfired in response. Discard an Epicure. Faithless looting. We'll go for the campfire this time. Discards Snacker and a mountain. Swing with a flame breather, so I can jump with a familiar, but I probably just want to crack the nutrient block for more life gain, so we'll just jump here. Tithing Blade. Wish they didn't have this Epicure now. We have 6 mana. I think I spend 2 on Spell Bomb, crack it. Force them to use their Lava Dart, and we get the looting before they use it. 3 damage at us. Spend a black. Now I have 5 left, so I can... Tithing is so bad here. I think we just crack a nutrient block. Nice. Cast down is good. So I'll do that and then pass. I have a campfire ornament still. Probably should just use it proactively again before they do anything. Grab the prize with a lava dart. Once again. We'll gain 2. There's no way I have another Tithing Blade. They should attack with both and I'll trade with the Epicure, right? Guess they don't want to take that chance. Ooh, Pestilence does wipe the Epicure, which makes the Tithing Blade better. Actually, you could just wipe both of them. But I'd go to 12. Lava Dart to 10. I don't love that. Or I could Pestilence and then Tithing Blade. I lose 2 less, but I still get campfired. I think I'm just going to Nutrient Block, draw a card, see what we get from that. Gaining 3. Fanatical. Might just be sacking this Tithing Blade. I'd like to hit a land drop. Or a second campfire. I could cast this down. Or I could just play a second campfire. We go up to 20. Feels pretty good. Then next turn, cast this down. I could just double campfire every turn. They're going to bolt us. I'll campfire in response. Alright, this feels like a pivotal turn. If they can kill us, then we'll die. But if they can't, then we get to kill their Flame Breather and gain 4 every turn. They do attack with both. Well, that's either good for us because the Tithing Blade's going to work, or bad because this 1 extra damage will be lethal. Or maybe they just have another Epicure. There's a Lightning Bolt and another. So we're at 7. They have a Lava Dart, and so all they need is a Fire Blast, and they always have Fire Blast. There's the Dart, and there's the Blast. Doesn't matter how much life gain we have game 1, it feels like we always lose, but I guess if we win the match, it's not that big of a deal. I was hoping Bonder's Ornament would be relevant there, but yeah, this is just not the matchup for it. Alright, we'll keep this one. Start with a Cauldron Familiar. We do want to get the Weather the Storm online, but drawing the Campfire here, I feel like we just want to do that. And if they cast another fire, we still gain 2. That's a 1-for-1. Now they just plot a Highway Robbery. Another Campfire. Well, activate this for 1. Play a Rot Farm. Yeah, I think we just play the Campfire. Swing for 1. They have an Epicure and a Flame Breather. I'm just going to play a Swamp and pass. If they attack, I could chump with the Cauldron Familiar and then Tragic Slip the Flame Breather if we want. We'll certainly be leaving up mana for Weather the Storm and double Campfire, but we'll see if I want to use the Tragic Slip. No matter what, I'm using 1 Campfire, so let's just do that. Robbery discards Snacker. Plays a Mountain. Attack with the Flame Breather. We will block. And Tragic Slip this guy. Campfire. We're up to 27. Tithing Blade. It's not the best thing ever. In fact, I think we don't use it. Not yet. I think we just pass. Double Campfire and Weather the Storm. I don't want to play like even a Nutrient Block, because then if I use the Weather, I won't have both Campfires up, and then I'll just be wasting a little bit of life gain. Although I suppose I could have used the Nutrient Block to bring back the Cauldron Familiar, block the Epicure, and that would be a little life gain in a different way, but that's okay. There's a Gutter Snipe. This is also better if we get like a Pestilence to wipe these 2, and then I can Tithing that away. Fanatical. Now we'll play block and just pass. Lightning Bolt for 5 damage. Blood token away a mountain. Cast into the fire on a campfire. We'll gain 2. I could Fanatical Offering it. They only have 2 cards, so the chances that we die are very low. Yeah, I think I do just sack it. Another campfire. Perfect. Just attack with a snacker. Well, not too much damage coming in is nice. We'll campfire. Viscerator's Insight. I want to hit a land drop pretty bad, so Wellspring first might make more sense, but I'm trying to hit a land drop. Cast down is not land, but is still pretty decent. I think I just campfire and pass. Swing for 2. Activate campfire. And the second. There's our swamp. I'll pass to their turn. Cast down the Gutter Snipe. This way they have to use mana on their turn, but also if they cast spells this turn at all, it'll build up our Weather the Storm. Like a Lava Dart. And another Lava Dart. Gonna campfire twice here. See if they want to flash those back as well. Yep. And the second one. Yep, they're going for it. They're thinking they need to get as much damage out of this Gutter Snipe as possible, and if I have a Weather, they'll probably just concede, which I do. Here's 18 life. Yep, and we win that match, or game, rather. The way they're playing these almost makes me want to bring in, like, Drown in Sorrow over a Tithing Blade. Maybe Heaped Harvest. I don't know if that actually went off, but because I had already submitted, but the Tithing Blade didn't seem as good, and a Drown in Sorrow there obviously would have been very good. This one is good enough. No campfires, but good removal. Decent permanents to put on the board. Starting with a Looting. Would love to top deck a Bojuka Bog. Get a Heritage Reclamation, but that's a couple turns behind. They discard Flame Breather, and of course a Snacker. Oh, and they kept the old one-lander, which is not doing them any favors, it looks like. Just Rot Farm this back. Start swinging for 1. And we draw the Spell Bomb, which is pretty lucky, I will say. I'm going to play that in a Nutrient block. So now even if they do get a way to bring back the Snacker, we can intercept it. They did mulligan once, but only once. We'll play Wellspring and pass. Still no second land. We'll Insight the Wellspring. They discard a Fire Blast. Now we get a Fairy Macabre. Graveyard is covered. That's for sure. Let's play a Campfire. Swing for 1. Pass the turn. They have not given up. We will Campfire and crack a Nutrient block. Discard a Cast in the Fire. We have a Swamp here. They said last try, then GG's. So hopefully they can find a land here, but things are already looking pretty rough for them. We just have Graveyard covered, lots of life gain. And we win the match. Not the way we want to do it, but we'll take it. All right, we'll keep this one. Double Pestilence is a little awkward, but good mana with Viscerator's Insight on our garden. So we have some card draw as well. Double Spell Bomb. Looks like we're against Boros Synth, maybe Orzhov Glintblade, maybe... Okay, or mono white aggro robots, whatever they want to call it. Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, another Springleaf Drum. Well, Pestilence is going to be pretty good, and oh, I maybe should have blocked because there could be a Leonardo or something here. Yeah, forgot about that. There it is. We'll take 2, and I can block it next turn, so it's not the end of the world. Rot Farm. Just need to get up to Pestilence, and just some removal along the way wouldn't be bad. Ornithopter. Luckily, they hit. Like, their best draws are usually with, like, 1 Ornithopter, 1 Springleaf Drum or something, but with 2 of these, it's a little kind of dead cards. Like, they're already kind of flooded. Yeah, 6 mana for their deck that has mostly 1-drops. Block here and draw 2. Cast down doesn't hit Leo. Another Garden. Could cast something else down, but I think we just go for Garden. Play some 1-drops. They can crack a clue here, and they do. Salt Road Pack Beast, 2 mana, 4/3, draws a card, pretty good. They attack with an Ornithopter, which kind of feels like they have another Leo or something. Keep Watch, draw a card for each attacking creature. Crazy. Okay, they draw 3 off of that. That's pretty good. Not expecting the blue splash. Yeah, that fell in their hand. And another pack beast. Could be trouble for us. I can cast down one of these, but that's a lot of damage I'm taking. Search party captain. I don't have a chump blocker this turn is also problematic. Taking 7. I'm almost taking lethal next turn. But I'm going to cast this down. I think I got a rot farm for the garden because that can give me a chump blocker. Once I can get Pestilence to 2, I can kill a lot of stuff. Crack a clue. I guess if they can play one more creature, I just die. Leonardo would kill us. Or if they have like another guy that jumps in. Okay, well, I'm at 1. And they have enough blockers for me. Or attackers. Crack a nutrient block. Third Pestilence. Maybe that'll do it. Alright, we die. Good on them. We do get Moment's Peace, Troublemaker Oof, Drown in Sorrow. Maybe Weather the Storm. Snuff Out's decent too. To be honest, Pestilence is pretty slow. Heritage Wreck can hit some things that are relevant. Spellbomb doesn't seem to matter. I think Snuff Out's good. Just slows them down for no mana. Weather, I don't think Weather's good. Because if they have the damage, it's not going to stop them. I think Moment's Peace is good though. Harvest is pricey. Oh, this is another one. If we got some decks that are a little slower, Ornament would be better, but I don't think this is a matchup for them either. I guess Tithing Blade doesn't feel very good because they have Ornithopters to sacrifice, so maybe I just do Tragic Slips over those. Cast Down's good, but honestly it's probably worse here than go for the Throat because I'd rather go for the Throat on Leonardo than not be able to do that. Alright, I mean we got some chump blockers, we have a kill spell. It's not amazing. They mulligan once, play a garden. They have an Inspector, a Phyrexian Walker. That's it. So we'll just offering here. Elite Interceptor. Block and sack. Draw 2. Insight's good. Nutrient block's fine. They have a Darval. Cauldron Familiar. I could just play Familiar so I can chump block, Nutrient block, and Pachuca Bog, I guess. Or I could try to map onto the Familiar, make it big enough to block interceptors and stuff. I guess that's not a terrible idea. Let's try that. Fanatical Offering. I don't really want to draw too much and just spin our wheels, but I think it's good enough. So I'll put Juka Bog here because I'd rather play the garden when I can immediately sack the plant. And I don't necessarily now want to chump with the Familiar. There's the Inspector. Swing with the team. We'll block the Interceptor. Oh, but they probably have +1/+1 rally by tapping Inspector. No? Okay, they just got in some damage with the Leonardo. Alright, we got a Colony Garden and can hold up a kill spell or just a sacrifice. I guess we're just going to block and sack here. I could kill this. I should have done it pre-combat, or not pre-combat, but just before blockers, because if I did it then, they could have had another Leonardo, which I guess would kill this one, so it's not the worst, but Cast Down. Cast Down can't kill either of these. That's a little annoying. I was like, oh, it can't kill Leonardo, but forgot about Darval as well. And I think I map onto this Familiar again. See if I can make it a 3/3 and it can trade with one of these. Nope, this time we got a Rot Farm. Play a Nutrient block. Rot Farm, back a Garden. Pass. We'll go for the Throat on the Leonardo, which if they draw another one will be unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I think we'll start chump blocking with the Cauldron Familiar so I can bring it back, and I have no other way to grow it big enough. They play another Inspector, attack with both of these, which means Leonardo is probably coming out because they just play this pre-combat. Which kind of makes me just want to block here because I don't lose this, and I take less, to be honest. Or they swap Leonardo, and then at least this is back in hand, so it's not that big of a deal. Yep. So I'll take 4. Campfire's decent. Play that. Play a Garden. Pass. Rejoinder, or Interceptor, which can cast Rejoinder, and I felt like that might be coming. Maybe not. Ardent Recruit. Just make Leonardo as big as possible. Chump. Insight. Where's my Drown in Sorrow? That's what I'm wondering. Alright, we're going to Campfire. And I could sack the troll or cycle the troll, but I kind of want to play it. Ugh, I have so little black mana. I can't even do 2 damage here unless I cycle the troll, in which case then I could do 2. That keeps 3 of their guys alive, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're going to keep it, take a chance. Play another campfire. Colony Garden. Pass. Rejoinder the Familiar. I figured that would be coming. I can chump here. Cast this down. Then I'm only taking 3. I can campfire twice. I played another Colony Garden, so I didn't gain any more black mana. Ugh. The garden's so good, except for that part. What do they pick up? Leonardo? Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we'll just... Alright, we got our swamp anyway. So I can play troll, block, block, plus I can campfire once. I can campfire twice if I play the swamp, but then I'm not potentially able to use Pestilence 3 times next turn, so we're going to take a bit of a chance. Another Inspector, crack a clue, block, block. Leonardo picks up the Walker. I'll gain 2. It's going to hit for 8. I'm at 4. Replay the Walker. Play another Darval, picking up the Leonardo. They have 1 card left that we don't know about. It could be a rally that would give +1/+1. So if I play Pestilence, that could be trouble. I'd still wipe these. Plus I can gain life off the campfires. It's not the end of the world. I think we go for it. Try to wipe the board, and that worked. All right, now I'll attack for 6, and I mean, we pretty much can kill him next turn with Troll plus Pestilence if they don't have anything. We made it to the late game against this deck is good. They crack a clue. That ain't gonna do it. 1 Walker can't block enough. Ooh, Ornithopter. Still not enough, though. They need 1 more blocker. Swing for 6, and we'll Pestilence 4 times. All right, close one, but we managed to stabilize. Anything we want to rethink? That was our 1 Pestilence, too. No, I think we're good. Send it back. 1 land is not going to cut it. 1 land is still not going to cut it, even with a snuff out. Ugh. I mean, we have 3 things we could play, but it's just not good enough. This one, I guess we'll have to keep. Get rid of 1 snuff out. Reclamation can be pretty good. It could blow up a land. It could blow up a Springleaf Drum, which could be relevant. Cauldron Familiar is currently just 1 chump blocker. Kind of think it's the Familiar. I don't know. Could be super wrong. Probably is. I might very well snuff out the first creature I see. Well, less likely now. They only have 1 card left. But I could still maybe want to snuff this out because they could play like land and then have a, what's it called? Pack Beast that they could get off for 2. They could just have Leonardo, but if they do that, I can snuff out the Leonardo, which is probably better. Because otherwise I snuff this out and then I take a Leonardo hit and I might die pretty quick. Yeah, I think if they only had 1 creature, I would probably snuff it out. But seeing as they could get a Leonardo off something else and another Ornithopter. Okay, well, give me a Drowned in Sorrow real quick, because that would be nice. Swing for 1. I don't think we're going to snuff out anymore. Cast down. Kind of just want to blow up a clue. I think we just play a Wellspring, though. Try to draw to a Drowned in Sorrow as quickly as possible. We didn't see one last game. We managed to win anyway, but it would be very good here. See, there's the Salt Road Pack Beast, which is really good for them. I can snuff it out or cast it down or whatever, but it was 1 mana. Drew him a card. There's a Campfire. Okay. Graveyard doesn't really matter, so I'll just Bog here. Springleaf Drum. Ardent Recruit. So we'll snuff out the Pack Beast. Hoping there's not a Leonardo right around the corner. Gain 2, lose 2. Swamp. I could blow up the Springleaf Drum, which would prevent them from cracking clues. Holds them off longer. I think that's probably worthwhile. Or I could blow up a clue itself, or I could not cast down. I could have just cycled this to draw a card to hope to hit a Drowned in Sorrow quicker, but no guarantee we're going to hit that. Of course, they draw the land right away, so that's not very good. I might as well cast down the Ardent Recruit. I don't get to Campfire, but I'm gaining 2 and losing 3 from this, so might as well. Give me something good. Colony Garden is something medium. They play another land, and there's an Elite Interceptor. We're going to take 2 for now. Come on. Just like Fanatical Offering into a board wipe would be game. Just a Fanatical Offering into some generic removal spells and card draw would be at least something for us. They're going to tap down a token here. Swing for 3. I think we just take it. Maybe I should block because if we do get a Drowning Star, this is going to die anyway. And we already have something else to sacrifice. If I get an offering, Rot Farm. Come on, dude. We'll pick up a garden. Pass the turn. Crack a clue. And they have enough creatures. I'm pretty much just dead to a Leonardo right away, which would suck. We will just block since we might, if we're lucky, get a board wipe. Darval. I would take a Pestilence even. It doesn't have to be a Drown in Sorrow. Pestilence might be better even now that they've got a 3/3. Go for the throat. Okay. Got 1. Go for the throat. Crack a clue. Novice Inspector. Draw a card. Play a Plains. Play an Elite Interceptor. We will go for Darval's Throat. Chump block. Take 3. Lembas. Okay, that's a start. I'm going to get rid of the Colony Garden. That's a Pestilence. Okay, I can activate it for 3, which wipes their entire board. We're stable at 6. Seems good to me. And I should do it in our end step. See, that's all I was asking for. Just a little Pestilence. That's so much to ask. They Thraben Charmed the Pestilence. If they had just passed to end step, it would have died anyway, but I'll take that. Ooh, we get a Troublemaker Oof, which I can bargain, second this Wellspring. We get a land, which isn't a big deal, but at least I get to draw a card. Now we're finding some card draw. Campfire. I think we sack the Lembas while we have the time to cast more stuff. Yeah, Insight the map. And we get a Moment's Peace. Here's a Lembas. All the cards we were hoping for before. We finally found them. They got a Springleaf Drum. I am very scared. Alright, Nutrient Block. Let's just Fanatical that. Draw 3. Eviscerators Insight the map. Colony Garden. Another Campfire. Swing. Activate Campfire, gain 2. Pass the turn. Next turn we'll land down Troll, and we have a 2-turn clock on him. They cast a Leonardo. Activate Campfire. Cast a Troll. And Insight this plant. Cycle this Troll, because we haven't hit a land drop yet. Play that. And just pass the turn. They have an Inspector. We'll gain 4 with our 2 Campfires. Swing for 6. Nutrient Block. We'll bargain it right away. We'll target the Springleaf Drum since we know they're playing blue cards clearly because of the Keep Watch. Play our 4th Colony Garden. Pass the turn. Realize I should have snuffed out the Leonardo before we pass the turn, specifically because they get a Pack Beast. It would be more expensive, but whatever. Not a big deal. And they concede. All right, well, 3-0 so far. 3 times we've lost the first game and then come back with some really close ones. All right, we are against Kid Renin, who often plays mono white weenies, as opposed to the deck we just saw. Our hand is okay. It's not amazing, but with the Eviscerator's Insight, Cauldron Familiar feels like it's okay to keep. No 1-drop is interesting. Pick up Swamp and pass here. Heritage Reclamation might be alright. Rafine's Informant. There's a Prismatic Strands. Bonder's Ornament. I was just thinking that might be an okay one in this matchup because it's less aggro and more mid-rangey. I think I'm just gonna... Well, we need a Swamp first. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna snuff this out. And then I might just Heritage Reclamation. We'll pass, but I might just Heritage Reclamation the Strands before they get a creature down so that they can't cast it. Just so that I can cycle this and get rid of a card from the graveyard, which is relevant. They have another Informant. That first Informant also probably would have dealt us at least 3 damage. At least 4 damage if I let it survive. Here, I can play a Bonder's Ornament, hold up Cast Down or Insight. So we'll do that. Probably start with an Insight. Although then if they Thraben Charm, they get a cat and an and an insight. Maybe that's not the best. You know, actually, I think we'll just cast it down. Actually, now they could have a Leonardo, which would be kind of bad. We'll just take 3. I don't know. Went through some emotions there. Not exactly sure how I feel about it. But inciting the familiar when they have 2 mana up for a Thraben Charm is a little awkward. But if I was going to cast this down, I should have not done it in the blocker step. I don't know. They play a Hawk. If they play another Hawk, then they'll be tapped out, so I can incite, or I could just cast down something. I think we want to draw, though, so let's do that. Although I didn't get my chump block off, I guess, so that's kind of bad. I could just play a Troll, although it dies to a Thraben Charm, but they only have they have 3 unknown cards. Let's start with a Lembas. Bajukabog gets rid of a Strands. Strands could be relevant. It's not the most important thing ever, and we have a lot of lands already. But Strands could throw off a Pestilence later. I guess we'll keep it. I'll just cast down this Informant. Blow up their graveyard. Pass. Then I can always Rot Farm back the Bog if we want to reuse it later. They have a Skyfisher, probably for a Plains. Play that. Swing. For just 2. So they have another Strands in hand, maybe? So I could play a Troll and a Familiar. Not really dealing with what's on board, because this is all flyers, so this doesn't really matter. Let's just play a Lembas to start. Another Troll, get rid of that. Tithing Blade, sure, I guess we'll Tithing Blade. Play a Cauldron Familiar, then I can crack 1 Lembas. It saves us 1 damage a turn, but also if they get like a Guardian's Pledge, it saves us even more. They cycle an Eagles for an Idyllic Grange. Growing the Hawk. Swing for 4. We'll take it. He got another Hawk. Leaves up 3 mana again. We'll crack a Lembas. Another Swamp. Swing with the Familiar. I could transform a Tithing Blade. We're taking 5 in the air at a time, though. That's a lot. Could play a Troll. I think I want to sacrifice the Lembas to the Eviscerator's Insight, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well get the Cauldron Familiar on board first. Get a ping out of it. Then Insight a Familiar. See if I can get like a cast down or something. Eviscerator's Insight. Pass. Oh, we have the Bonder's Ornament, so I probably should have played a Golgari Rot Farm. Pick up the Bog there. Play their last Hawk. Play it pre-combat, so they might have like a Rally, or it might just be for a Strands in case they had to use it twice. 5 damage. But I guess if they have Guardian's Pledge and Rally, I could lose. They did not. We'll go for an Insight on the Familiar, because I think these are potentially more important. Not a lot of card or removal, though. Just more card draw. Spellbomb. Play a Wellspring. Lembas. Sure, we'll play that. I don't need a Troll. Swamp. Play a Spellbomb. Rot Farm, back up a Bajukabog. And I guess we'll pass. We played a land every turn. We have 4 or 5 more to play. We're taking 6. I can play a Lembas or crack a Lembas. If they have a Guardian's Pledge, I think we just lose. They do, it looks like. I'll crack a Spellbomb, see if I can draw something relevant, but I don't really know what. Familiar, I can gain 3, but we're taking 14. Yep, we're dead. We drew really poorly. Was not expecting a bunch of 1/1s to be that problematic, but alas. Okay, we get Drown in Sorrow, Moment's Peace. Tithing Blade doesn't feel very good, especially if they bring in Artifact Hate. Fair Macabre's okay. Don't think we really need it. I think Bonder's Ornament could be decent. We had something slightly better to do every single turn there, but we were getting close to the point where it would not be. We wouldn't have anything else to do, but maybe we cut 1. All right. Here we have a reasonable number of lands. Let's hope we don't draw an insane number. I say before we probably draw none in the top 20. No lands. You didn't want lands? You don't get lands. All right, you got jokes. I'll take the land, though. Not upset about it at all. We'll block. We have the Offering to use, and might as well prevent an early Leo. Double Moment's Peace could definitely buy us a lot of time. They have a Darval, which I can't cast down. Let's Lembas, see if we can find a tap land or something. Familiar, blocks, comes back. Sure, let's keep that on top. Play it and pass. They have a Squadron Hawk. They played that pre-combat probably because they have a Leonardo, but can't really do much about that. I could chump here. That doesn't seem great. We're just going to take it for now. There it is. We'll take 6. I hope we get a land so that I can just... Ugh. I mean, that's pretty good, but I would like to like just start Moments piecing since they're going to hit us so hard so quickly. I can't cast either of these down, but I think we have to go for an offering. Yeah, I'll do this. Rot Farm. Rather pick up the garden, so I'll play Campfire. Pick this up. I mean, if we don't get obliterated here, I think we might be okay for a few turns, obviously, with a bunch of Moments pieces and things. Yep, there's the Dust to Dust. Not great. Not the worst thing ever, I guess. Take 8 here. Should probably chump block. Colony Garden. We'll pass. I'll cast down the Inspector. Block Leonardo. Realized I probably don't want a Moments piece quite yet. So since I want to chump block anyway, I can take a couple hits before we start casting those. There's a Hawk. They pass. There's Pestilence. We're not ready to use it at all. Let's cycle a Troll for a Swamp. We need as much black mana as possible. Play a Spell Bomb. Now we'll pass. We got Moments piece and then Eviscerate is inside a map. Crack a Clue. Idyllic Grange on a Hawk. Play another Hawk. Cast Moments piece. Inside a map. Another Pestilence. We get a Swamp, so I could play Pestilence for 3. But they're going to have Strands up, it looks like, and the ability to flash it back, so I need more than that. So we'll play a Swamp. We're going to flash this back, and that's only 4 mana, so I can't Eviscerate his Insight and Moments piece unless I Moments piece from hand. But then they both get gotten by 1 Thraben Charm, which seems bad. Well, we'll see. I'm just going to pass here. They're going to exile our graveyard. Okay, in which case I am going to Moments piece from hand. So I might as well Eviscerate his Insight this map. Which means I got to discard Spell Bomb. Skyfisher. Picks up Grange. Counter on the Hawk. Moments piece. I didn't get more black mana, so I can't Pestilence again. If they have another Thraben Charm for this, I might just die. Because I can cast down this. Well, this. That's 4, 7, 12 that I might be taking. But we have a Colony Garden to block. So we have 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start with a Wellspring. Drown in Sorrow. Of course, they just got this big enough so it didn't die to a Drown. So Drown only kills 2 of these. 2, 3. Play a Nutrient block. Garden. Pass. Crack a Clue. And they have the Thraben Charm. There's the last Hawk. So we're going to cast down this Squadron Hawk. Block here. We're taking 7. So I'll crack this Nutrient block, but if they have like another Leonardo, I'm going to die. They have a Guardian's Pledge, sure. I feel like our deck did not cooperate that match. I mean, I think White Weenie is not necessarily super favored for us because they have a lot of 3 toughness guys that are hard to kill and all this stuff. And Kid Renan, again, is a very proficient mono-white player, but I just felt like we didn't draw things in the order we needed them. And if people were wondering if I didn't expand enough on it, I didn't cast a Pestilence because we only had enough mana to do 3 activations after it resolved. And while 3 would have been enough to kill everything, they were very obviously televising that they had a Prismatic Strands in hand. And so that would not kill the things we needed it to kill. They would be able to save them. And then the chances that we would have that Pestilence around for our next turn were very low because they had Thraben Charms in hand. And even if we did, spending 7 of our mana to not even wipe their board in the position we were in was probably going to lose us the game anyway because we wouldn't have had mana to fog or kill spell or whatever. So unfortunately, just don't think we were going to be able to get that one. All right. Sir Hempsalot plays a lot of mono blue fairies. Is that going to be a favored matchup for us? No idea, but we're going to give it a try. Hand is okay. We have a lot of good card draw and some removal, but only 1 black mana. And if they're able to hold up Counterspell every turn, it could be a little awkward, especially because our first 2 lands are tapped, which means by the time we can actually cast anything in our hand, they may very well have their counterspells up and available. Although if we just draw Swamp, that helps a little bit. So I could just play a Lembas or hold up Fanatical Offering or go for the Throat. I think we'll just pass. They might flash in like a Brine Barrow Intruder or an Illvoid Galeblade. If they don't do anything, I think that's probably fine for us. I don't think we need to be hasty, to be honest. Ooh, Conley Garden. Yeah, let's just play that and pass. Flash in a Humbling Elder here. So here we will probably block and go for an Offering. If they want to counterspell it, so be it. Usually you want to Offering into Insight because Offering gives you something to sacrifice, but we have 2 things to sacrifice, and honestly I think it's a higher likelihood they're going to counter here, or a good likelihood, so I'm going to actually Insight first. And if they counter this, then we might still get a map out of it later. Yeah, Force Spike. So, yeah, might be a little smarter to do it this way. Spell Bomb. Do need to be worried about the Force Spikes, but I'm going to have to play this Rot Farm anyway, which means I'm going to have tapped out or tapped down. And if they had a Spell Stutter there, I could go for the Throat on it. Although Spell Bomb's not really relevant in this matchup, it's mostly just going to be for drawing a card. Don't really want all of my card draw to be countered here. I think I'll just let this one go. I'll take 1. That's great. No Ninja. I'm just going to cycle the Spell Bomb right away. Maybe I should save this for fodder, but the graveyard is not going to be relevant. Tithing Blade is decent. Just play that. Still holding up some other stuff. Sure. They're going to counterspell it. I'll play another Garden. And we play the Spell Bomb, which I realized I probably shouldn't have because they could have Spell Stuttered it and I didn't have the mana to go for the Throat. I wanted to do this because I want to play around Force Spike. I don't really want to give that any more power than it already has. And they didn't have a Ninja last turn. I think we're going to chance it again. Ugh, they have the Ninja now. That's annoying because I actually don't mind like didn't mind throwing one of these away. I just didn't think they had the Ninja since they didn't use it last turn, but whatever. We're going to cycle this. This is an enchantment, so I can blow it up with our Heritage Reclamation, which I very well might. Campfire. Campfire could be decent if it resolves. If they have a Spell Stutter, gonna go for the Throat on that. Alright, that worked. And I hate playing around Force Spike, but we want to activate Campfire anyway, so it's probably better to not cast a 2-drop here, but a little annoying. Play an island before they might get in with the Hacker is interesting. We're going to block the Hacker. They do have a Ninja for this guy. Big one. I'm going to Fanatical Offering this plant. If they have a Force Spike, you know, they get me. But I think the Campfire is less relevant. I need to get some card draw happening. Since that happened, I don't know. I really want to make sure I can get something down. We know they have a Humbling Elder. We get a Bonder's Ornament. Could play that. Reclamation. I mean, I think we start with the Bonder's Ornament. And then Lembas. Nutrient Block is fine, but let's just get rid of it. Another Ornament. We'll just try to blow up the Hacker in their upkeep. That worked. I mean, we're in an okay spot. Good amount of mana and permanents on the board, but we are going to fall behind if we don't get some removal or some other creatures or something. And they keep getting these ninjas now, which is really annoying. And I could play like a troll, but chances are it probably just gets snapped or something. Of one mind for 3 mana, but they can afford it. So Lembas. We'll play another Ornament. Play a Lembas. Swamp. I mean, I guess I don't mind hitting a land drop since we're not doing much else this turn. I'll play a Wellspring, but they are going to hit and draw a bunch. There's an Elder. Snuff Out is something I was kind of wanting to find. I guess we'll just kill one of these now. They just tapped out a counterspell, so that's nice. They might have thought we were tapped out, but we have 2 Ornaments up. They might not have realized that they do that, just because it's a new-ish card, kind of. Fairy Miscreant. Swing for 3. Oh, come on. Draw every ninja in their deck after they didn't have it for a turn. We're going to Campfire here. Fairy Seer. Haunted Mire. So I could go for an Eviscerator's Insight, but that much more easily gets Spell Stuttered. I think I just go for this troll, even though it can get snapped or whatever. Play a Haunted Mire and just pass. Another Elder, or rather the same one for the 7th time. Harrier Strix. Yup. We'll activate Campfire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, because they drew every single one. Well, I can crack a Lembas, so we're not dead, but jeez, kind of outrageous. I mean, for all I know, blocking that one Elder a million years ago would have slowed this down considerably, because they wouldn't have ninja'd that one turn, and then maybe it all would have been so much slower, but I don't know. They've now seen 6 of their 8 ninjas in the top half of their deck. We get another troll that doesn't do much of anything. I mean, I'm just going to Incite, although I'm sure it gets spell stuttered or something. Nope. Block, block. Cauldron Familiar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I play a land this turn. No, I didn't. We're going to cycle this troll for a swamp. Play that. Play a block. Pass the turn. I mean, theoretically, I can block, and I'm taking 7, but I can gain 9, or I can go up to 9. But now I'm taking 8, so if they have one more ninja, I'll lose. Or another way to tap or snap something. Fairy Seer. Scry 2 to the top. Block here, block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. Campfire. Nutrient block. I got a 1. If I can somehow resolve the Pestilence, maybe we can survive. Because I can gain life from our food and our campfire, then I can Pestilence wipe the entire board, but we haven't seen more than 1 spell stutter and 1 counter spell and 1 force spike. The entire game, so the chances they draw something is pretty high, especially with 2 of 1 mines coming up. Well, let's cast Pestilence. It resolved. That's pretty good for us. Campfire. Play a Nutrient block. They have a spell stutter. I guess they didn't have 4 fairies before. Yeah, that's fine, because I can just deal 1 damage to everything here. Wipe all the fairies away, unless they have a mutagenic or something. Snap the sprite back to hand. I want to deal 2 to everything anyway, so I might as well deal 1 to everything again. Okay, that all goes off. Nutrient block resolves. Bajuka Bog them. I can gain 3 from one of these. I could attack, but I think that's a little too ambitious. Maybe it's not, to be honest, but I think we'll just hold back. Like, if they had a Brine Bearer or whatever, I could crack a Nutrient block, survive. If they have another ninja, I don't really want them to get in. Theoretically, if they had 2 flash creatures there and then 2 ninjas, which seems unlikely since they've already seen a bunch. They said they misplayed, they have a miscreant in hand, which would have made Spell Stutter Sprite work for Pestilence, so they just didn't realize or think about the fact that they needed the 4th fairy for Pestilence, and I guess it's our lucky day. Full cost ninja here. We can crack our Lembas. We draw it again. Play that. Might as well crack it. Fanatical Offering. Now we can start attacking. Offering the map. Play a swamp. Pass the turn. They go to attack. We'll Pestilence twice to wipe the board. I mean, I don't think they can come back from this. Once we resolved the Pestilence, we were in a very good spot. There was a narrow window where maybe they could have, like I said, like double Brine Barrowed into Ninja or something, maybe tap down our guy, but we were able to get there, so that's pretty sweet. What do we get out of this? Snuff Out, Drown, maybe Tragic Slips or Moments Pieces. We were so close for a Bonders Ornament to be decent. I mean, I'd really gained control of the game, but if I didn't draw like Fanatical Offering there, I probably would have used the Bonders Ornament. So I'm still trying to hope that it'll be good enough for us to actually activate once, but we really haven't gotten there yet. Tithing Blade's not good. Heritage Reclamation, we got a little bit of use out of it, but it's certainly just worse than another removal spell. I think Ornament's probably not as good as the other stuff. I guess Spellbomb is worse because it doesn't do anything. So maybe we can keep in 1 Ornament, hoping for the best. I don't actually know how Moments Peace is in this matchup. I haven't played it against Mono Blue Fairies, but it seems decent. I mean, it's not to keep us alive so much in this matchup, whereas it is for so many of the others, White Weenie and whatnot, but it's just to prevent all their card draws is the big thing. This is pretty good. We have a lot of interaction early, some card draw, and we have a Drown in Sorrow, which I always like. They have a Miscreant, and we get our Moment's Peace right away. We'll see if that's any good. We might have a Ninja here, but at least they don't get Miscreant value. They do have a Hacker. They don't replay the Fairy Miscreant, which means they have Force Spike. So we'll pass. Oh, they do cast a guy, so maybe they don't have Force Spike and they just have this guy. Kind of makes me want to Fanatical the Plant now, but we'd have to discard and we wouldn't get to block the Hacker, so I think that's probably bad. Harrier Strix to tap down the plant. They don't have another Ninja, so I could go for an Offering here. I could just Moment's Peace and then try to Drown in Sorrow, but then we don't have anything to sack to the Offering, so I think we do this here. If they have a Force Spike, which I'm kind of anticipating, then this might tap them out so that I can Drown in Sorrow these three guys. And if it just resolves, that's pretty decent. Alright, they do get their loot then. Miscreant down. They do find their land drop of 1 mind. Still feels like they have a Force Spike, so I don't really necessarily want to Drown in Sorrow here. I think we just Campfire and I Moment's Peace. They have a Steel Sabotage, so I could still Moment's Peace, or I could just kill something now. I think we'll pass. Fairy Seer. Scribe, both to the top. No ninjas. Let's go for the Moment's Peace. They're expecting to be able to draw one of these this turn. And potentially cast it, so this could throw that off. They can't Spell Stutter or Drown in Sorrow. They can't Force Spike it, so they could just have a clean, regular counterspell. I think we're going to chance it. I feel like the fact that they put the Fairy Seer here means they probably do have it, because otherwise it'd be overextending a little bit, but hoping for the best. They loot. Maybe I should have just passed and tried to bait out the counterspell with a couple targeted removal spells. Tragic Slip. I mean, I can target a lot of things. Tragic Slip this in the upkeep. They have a Spell Stutter. Gonna try to cast down the Fairy Seer and then the Spell Stutter as well, I guess. See if there's a Force Spike after all. Or another Spell Stutter. Nope. Okay. Well, we 3 for 3'd them. Not the best thing ever. After they've already gotten some pretty decent value, but attack for 2. We get a Colony Garden. I think I'm just going to cast down the Strix. Because it has pretty good ability, like ETB and the loot. Plus we have Garden here with Fanatical Offering. Actually, do I just map onto this? And then if it gets a counter, I don't even have to sack it. But I kind of want to sack it to the Offering. I don't know. They have a Strix. Tap down the plant. Now part of me wants to just sack the... Since they can't jump block anyway, part of me wants to just sack the map, and then I can grow this to potentially block. We're going to go for the Offering on the map. That works. Snuff out. Let's play a Lembus. They have a Steel Sabotage. Okay. I'm going to snuff out the Harrier Strix for 4. I don't really want to pay the life for it. I should have done this in the upkeep. There's the Force Spike. Ugh. Well, we're going to route farm back the Colony Garden. I think we're jumping the Elder here, and then next turn I can play the Colony Garden, map it of 1 mind. That's pretty good. Jump block. They got the Ninja with the Strix. Offering. Let's Offering the map. Drown in Sorrow. Okay. Let's go for that. They didn't have a counterspell for the Fanatical Offering, so I feel like they're not going to have one for Drown in Sorrow. Really? That's shocking to me. I feel like they would have countered the draw spell, but okay, they got me. Garden. Now we'll map onto this, although they have a way to tap it, so it doesn't really matter. Moment's Peace. I'm going to put that into the... I guess I keep that on top because it buys me an extra turn either way. Strix. Tap this down. Swing for 3. No, they have a Ninja. Make it 4. So we're at 1. Moment's Peace. Let's crack the Nutrient block. Play another one, I guess. Just hoping for no Spell Stutter, but they have it. I guess I wasn't getting a lot out of that. Maybe I should have just waited, but we would have gained life. I don't know. Humbling Elder. Block the Elder. They pick up Spell Stutter. Flashback Moment's Peace. Cast down. I guess we've already seen both Drown in Sorrows. Pestilence would be pretty good, though. We'll cast Moment's Peace. They activate Harrier Strix in response, seeing if they can find a counter spell. Discarding an island. We should still block because they could pick up something with a Ninja even if they're not dealing damage. I think I should hold the cast down in case it's relevant for like a spell stutter for a 1-drop or something. Here's a Wellspring. Another cast down. So I could cast down 2 ninjas. I should probably cast down this Harrier Strix if they go to use it in the end step, which they might not. Yeah, they are gonna. Yeah, I need to make sure, yeah, that it stops drawing them cards. Which does mean if they counter this Moment's Peace, I die, which means I probably should have cast it in the upkeep. I'll cast it here because otherwise their spell stutter could counter it. And hope for a Pestilence, I think, is the only thing that saves us. Campfire. Campfire gets spell stuttered, and cast down doesn't stop that. Cast down doesn't stop any of this. Alright, we're dead. Is there anything that could have been better there? I mean, Tithing Blade could have been okay. Troublemaker Roof blocks. That's about it. Moment's Peace was, like, not really that great, to be honest. Mostly because we didn't have any follow-up. If it had delayed us into, like, a Pestilence, it would have been great. I think we'll just send it back, though. All Campfires, Nutrient blocks. I mean, I guess we'll try it. Like, Campfire is good to keep us alive for a while, and if we stay alive for forever, then that's a good way to find Pestilence and Drown in Sorrow and actually resolve them. Start with a Nutrient block. See if they just want to Steel Sabotage that. They almost do, and they let it go. We'll cast another one. I don't want the Campfires to get Steel Sabotaged. Oh, Brine Bear Intruder. Fair enough. Maybe I should have gone for the Campfire then, but... Fairy Seer. Scry 1 to the top. Swing with the Intruder. No Ninja. We get a Tragic Slip. That's good. So I'll play a Campfire. See if they do have the Steel Sabotage for this. They do. So I think I want to play another Campfire that gets past that and then just kill this Fairy Seer. Doing it now so it doesn't get spell stuttered, countered in any way, and also of one mind. I think we have enough things that I'd like to stop a Ninja, which they'd potentially describe to the top. Drown in Sorrow is a little over the top here. Let's just crack a Nutrient block, try to hit a land drop or something. Tragic Slip. Well, we'll pass. We'll see about that Ninja. It's Moon Circuit Hacker. I think I'm going to just try to kill it instead of Campfiring. They could have a Force Spike, or a Dispel. But if I didn't go for it there, they could play an island and then have up a Spell Stutter or something. Oh, they don't have an island at all. Well, we're going to draw 3. Hope to get some good stuff here. Land drop's decent, and another Campfire, I guess. I think I just... Feels weird not using our Campfires as efficiently, but we're not against a burn deck. They will be good. I want to get down my 1-drops while they don't have a Spell Stutter up, I think. Swing with the Hacker. They'll loot. Get rid of a Miscreant. No land drop still. We get a cast down. Bajuka Bog. We know they have a Brine Barrow, which they'll probably flash in for like another Ninja here. Guess I could set a stop at their upkeep if they don't. But they do. Let's just kill the Hacker. Swing with the Intruder. Just a damage is great when we have 2 Campfires that are now active, finally. Land drop's decent. Swing for 1. They got the Ninja. Draw a card. We'll crack a Nutrient block. Offering. Gain a bunch. Troll. Could just cast that. Not great. I mean, it probably gets counterspelled, and then we don't Campfire. But they have to do something for it. At least a counterspell or a snap or something. So I think we just play it and force them to use something. If they have to counterspell this, that's 1 fewer counterspell for the Pestilence or Drown in Sorrow, maybe. Swing for 2. They're going to loot. Discard a Brine Barrow Intruder. Play an island. Pass the turn. I guess we just try to kill this in the upkeep. Go for the Throat. They have a counterspell. We're going to Campfire and then offering a Campfire, I think. Might be a little desperate looking, but this allows us to eviscerate his insight off the map. We don't need 2 Campfires, as decent as they are. Discard another Hacker. Play an island. Campfire. Pestilence. Here's a Familiar. They have a Spell Stutter for that. So I could Pestilence. I probably just want to Drown in Sorrow, because Pestilence could be better later, and I can't currently keep it alive. I'll keep a Snuff out, and I'll pass. They are also about a minute under us in time, and this could come down to time with us both being at or above our starting life totals. They got a Harrier Strix. We will tap down that Swamp. with the campfire. I don't think I care to do much to this. Well, I mean, I might snuff it out, but I think we just draw 2 here. They can't spell stutter. It would have to be another dispel or counterspell. Rot Farm is excellent. Snuff this out. Rot Farm the Colony Garden. Now I'm feeling in a pretty good spot. Not just because we dealt with a couple of their creatures, a couple more of their creatures. We've hit more land drops. We have a Pestilence, Moment's Peace. Campfire ticking us up. They are also hard casting of one mines, which is always a good sign. Activate Campfire. Lembas. See if they got a Steel Sabotage for that. They got to be holding on to something. There it is. Colony Garden. I think we'll just sack right away. They could have a Brine Bearer or something. They go for a counterspell on the Insight. That's a good sign for us. I believe that's their 3rd hard counterspell. 1, 2, 3. That means only 1 left. And we've mostly seen Steel Sabotages as opposed to Annuls. So only 1 left for Pestilence. Might otherwise be fine. They have a Ninja. I have Moment's Peace to hold that off. Maybe a Pestilence as well. Fanatical. I don't really want to sack the Campfire, but we might be to that point. We're at 30 if I tap it. I don't think I want a Pestilence for just this. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's sack this. It's done its job very well, I might add. Bonder's Ornament I could cast, and then we could Moment's Peace to hold this off. Or I could just Drown in Sorrow. Probably better that I Moment's Peace, because it doesn't get Force Spiked. Unless they counter this here. Steel Sabotage. Okay. I mean, once again, I was really thinking this might be the game where I use that Bonder's Ornament, but not if it gets counterspelled. Maybe should have Moment's Peace in the upkeep, but we'll go for it now. They do have a Force Spike, so they get some value out of that. They get to cycle it for 2 damage, which is not great, but like the Force Spike was otherwise doing very little here, so it's not terrible for them. Harrier Strix. They got 2 cards in hand. We got a Pestilence. We have Eviscerator's Insight and Moment's Peace. So I could Drown in Sorrow, and if that doesn't resolve, I could Pestilence. And I think the only way this wouldn't resolve is if they use their 4th counterspell, which they do. So now we'll Pestilence. They could have an Annul for it. Doesn't look like it. I can only kill the Strix with it here. The Ninja will get in, but that means the Pestilence will actually survive, so it's actually kind of fine for now. They activate Harrier Strix. We should probably use this in case they draw an of one mind, although they've already seen a few of those. 1, 2. Yeah, but if they saw another one, I'd probably want it to be dead first. They play a Fairy Seer, looking for something. 1 to the top, which they're going to draw this turn. They have a Moon Circuit Hacker. Okay, keep their... make it so all the toughness is the same, so if I kill everything, the Pestilence dies. That's pretty good. We get a Lembas, though, and I have a Cauldron Familiar here. Perfect. So Lembas, cast down's good enough, I think. And we'll just pass here. End step, we'll do 1 damage to everything. They're going to cast a Ninja, the Deep Hours, and cast another one. I will activate Pestilence twice. And Cauldron Familiar, bring it back to the battlefield. I'm going to need to do this to keep the Pestilence around on my turn anyway, so I might as well do it now and start attacking in. Probably should have Pestilence twice more before the Cauldron Familiar came onto the field. That would have been smart, but whatever. I'll map onto it. Snuff Out we'll leave on top. Swing for 2. I can have Pestilence for 1 without killing my Familiar. So we'll do that and pass the turn. And they give us the GGs. It was a good match. Hard fought, but we eventually were able to get there. Game 2 was a little rough for sure. But we made it out. Got a 4-1 with the deck, which, if I recall correctly, I feel like is what I get basically every time I play this deck, which is not a bad record at all. I can't remember getting a trophy with it, but I also feel like I've almost always gotten very close to a trophy, which is good, but also a little frustrating because obviously we want the trophy. Bonder's Ornament was close to being good. I will say we went up against 5 decks that were aggressive in some way. 2 mono red madness, 1 mono white aggro, which I think Bonder's Ornament's bad against any of those, but then also white weenie, where it could be okay, but probably ultimately not very good, and then also mono blue fairies, where again, we were really close to maybe activating it. So based on this league, I feel like it's, no, we probably don't need it, but also I think this league is not a good representation of the full scope of the meta. If we went up against any sort of control deck, any more mid-rangey deck like Grixis Affinity or John Wildfire, I think it could have been good there. Certainly if we go up against a Tron or maybe even a combo deck, if we're able to make it so they peter out a little bit, it could be solid as well. So I don't think this is the extent of me trying this out here. I think it could definitely still be good. But otherwise, the deck felt pretty solid. Lost a little bit to itself against White Weenie, but also, I mean, against a very good White Weenie player who knew what they were doing. So can't be too upset with that record. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much to my current $10 and up supporters. If you want to support me on a monthly basis, you can check out my Metafy link, or you can support me here on YouTube memberships, which allows you to get access to videos early. Thanks to my current $10 and up supporters, Howard Granger, JDNPX, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, DJ Vinyl, and Buns We Bust, Brotaku BC, Mr. Soleo, and Paladillin C. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all next time.